All right, guys, it's been over 40 days since I made that challenge. Did God come through with the blessing? Just to refresh your memory, on May 31st, I used in the challenge if you planted anything during that week, so till the closing of Friday, sundown on Friday, which was June the 5th, anything you planted in that period would be blessed. So if it was not only would it grow fast, but if it was a flower known for its scent, it would be the most wonderful smelling flower that of that type that you've ever smelled. If it's fruit, it'd be juicy, succulent fruit, the best you've ever had. If it's veggies, it would be the most wholesome, delicious veggies you ever had. So, did it come through? Yes. Am I going to show you video or picture evidence? No. That is up for the people who I've been DMing on Discord and otherwise talking with. That's for them to share. I'm not going to share their testimonials. So why don't I share my own? Because I gave up mine for you guys. I had a very interesting experience. Um, it seems everything around mine was growing better than mine. But it makes sense how I started this whole thing. In fact, it actually started back last year. I knew I was running out of time, and so that's why I started the VR project. My hope was if I could get you guys directly involved with the kids, entertaining the kids, um, and then doing fundraising for it, and then having professional video footage taken, and so people donating to it, they actually get a sense of the impact that it can make, the good um, that's in this world, and the source of this good in the world. It, and then COVID hit, and I knew I was out of time, and so I guess I just kind of got ahead of myself, and I jumped ahead to the next angel's message. I'm referring to the three angels' message in Revelation 14. Um, so what I was initially trying to do is that first part is the giving glory to God, being grateful. You can't find happiness if you're not grateful. That is the secret. If you're not thankful, if you think it's all about you, if you're arrogant, if you feel entitled, you're never going to be satisfied. You're never going to be happy. And you're never going to find peace unless you know your source of your happiness. And so I was thinking, I have lived such a blessed life. How do I give that experience to someone else? And after a lot of thoughtful, prayerful consideration, this is the challenge I came up with. And so the whole drive behind it is I want all the I didn't need to prove to myself God existed. It always been he had nothing to prove to me. I want to give the blessing in my life and find a way to give that to others. So the fact that my plantings from that week didn't grow like gangbusters, but I'm now getting stories of other people and collecting pictures and stuff like that. Send those in, yes, please. But even if you give me permission, I'm not going to share them. That's up for you to share with others. This is the whole point of this is not to be about I told you so. Um, I'm this great prophet. I want you guys to taste God's goodness for yourselves. I don't want this to be just another I don't want to be a sappy evangelist that's I'm not trying to get you into anything, because when I started jumping ahead to the second angel's message, there is a lot of negativity. It's a lot of warning, and if you don't have that basis of good to stand on, I'm just another person that's just spouting his theories of what's happening, and that's not what I want to do. So, for those that followed along, you now have a leg up on what's to come. So I don't want to drag on this video for too long. I just wanted this to be kind of a celebration for those who participated, those who did not participate but wish you would have, especially if some of these streams that did participate, you're starting to catch wind of that. Don't lose hope. And for those who think, aha, you didn't show your evidence, this proves you wrong. If that was the case, I'd be well on the road to being dead. What I didn't tell anyone when I started this is I bet my life on this. Is I decided to go on a liquid diet and then just a water fast for most of the week, and then just a bit of a recharge on the weekend, just to get some nutrients back in me. But I've lost like 25 pounds. I haven't been this skinny in a while, and had you guys not gotten to taste this, I mean, this is the reason why I participated, is just in case no one else did it. Then I have no doubt that mine would have grown like gangbusters. Because it's like there's a blessing that God has given me all my life that I want to pass on. And if no one else would have accepted it, then it would have just stayed with me. So I have no doubt it would have grown like gangbusters. But other people did participate, and they saw that. But I decided if I can't pass on this good to others, and if I don't see any results, no one else sees any results, I had no intention after this past Friday. That was kind of a I ate solid food again in faith that it would come through. And so later that night, indeed, as I asked people to chime in, I started getting reports back. But yeah, that was going to be basically my last meal, and I was basically just going to disappear, because there'd be no point in me sharing anything else of what's to come if I can't give hope. So especially now that those who participated, I hope this is giving you hope. Now that this isn't just mumbo jumbo fairy tales, and it's not just God exists, but this is not what's been portrayed or been demonstrated by so many so-called Christians in this world. This is someone that has this ideal blueprint for your life, that you still have the freedom. What you're seeing now played out in the world, and I'll go into this in a later video, is the answer to the 6,000-year-old question is God fair? Is God good? Does he know what he's talking about, or is he hiding something? Is he hiding the actual good life? When Satan in the garden asked, did God really say that? That's been the ongoing question. Because just on the surface, why would you die just for eating fruit? Just a little bit of disobedience. Well, now we're seeing that answer to that question play out in front of us. What happens when everyone just does what they want? There's no standards, there's no principles, just whatever you just want to do at a whim, you do. And now we're seeing the consequences of that. And when I look at those who've lived principled lives, and I don't mean principled lives in terms of strict, devoid of fun lives. I mean lives of purpose. And they see God work in their life. That's when I see happiness. That's when I see true fun, and not just. So and this is also a big part of when I said taking back Sabbath. Is it's like it's ingrained into us. Friday night we're done with work for the week. At least if we're doing the typical, 5 days a week, 9 to 5 type of thing. But we just feel like, okay, now it's time to celebrate. But the question is, celebrate what? And for a lot of people, it's just turned into just getting hammered on a Friday night, and they don't even remember it the next day. Instead of looking back on the week as the creativity that you got to express during that week, and seeing other people's lives touched, and being grateful for the gifts God has given you, and sharing that with your friends and family, and celebrating that, rather than just bitching and moaning about how crappy your week was, and then drowning out your problems. So anyway, don't want to drag on this video for too long. I care for all you guys. We'll save the big stuff for a future video. But anyway, thanks for tuning in.